As the race to space continues amongst some of the biggest players in space exploration and tech right now, CEO and engineers are gathering together all of the necessary tools to make their way to Mars. For SpaceX, Elon Musk has some big plans in mind for the next few years, and with that, he will need space accessories to match, including a one-of-a-kind spacesuit. In your mind, you might be envisioning a certain spacesuit that you have seen throughout history. But this new SpaceX spacesuit will blow any of your preconceived ideas away. In fact, it even blows away one of the biggest forces in space exploration, NASA. Welcome to planetx, and in today's video, we are going to be diving into SpaceX's new spacesuit and how it managed to shock and embarrass NASA. Before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you never miss out on the next time we post awesome content like this. So, without any more chit-chat, let's get on with the video. As astronauts Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken went into space last year during the Crew Dragon, they were not wearing the traditional spacesuits we are accustomed to seeing in movies, television, and through NASA. These spacesuits are a one-of-a-kind design from SpaceX that makes the suit more efficient and helps the human inside even more, all the while looking cool. In order to best understand why the SpaceX suit is so groundbreaking, we need to take a look at what spacesuits actually are. A spacesuit, also known as EMU, which stands for Extravehicular Mobility Unit, is a garment worn by astronauts to keep them alive and well in the harsh environment of outer space, which includes vacuum and temperature extremes. Spacesuits are generally worn within the spacecraft as a tool and safety measure in the event of cabin pressure loss, and they are required for extravehicular activity, or EVA, which is work performed outside of the spaceship. So, what makes a spacesuit so special, you might ask yourself? Especially when a spacesuit is something that we just associate with space exploration, but do not take the time to think about how important spacesuits are for space travel. Well, it turns out that spacesuits are quite an important part of space exploration, and each aspect plays an important and valuable role in the journey of an astronaut. Spacesuit development and manufacture has been performed internationally for as long as the US space program has existed and continues to advance today. In the Soviet Union, when they were in the midst of the world's first space race, they developed the first spacesuit in the manner that we know today. These innovations were created for the Soviet Union space program's exploration projects, which included the launch of Yuri Gagarin, the first man in space, in 1961, and the first spacewalk by Alexei Leonov from Voskhod 2 in 1965. The Russian company Zvezda led the early development of Soviet spacesuits and has produced all Russian suits, including the ones used today on the Russian-led spacewalks on the ISS. The furthering of spacesuit technology continued as the space race moved further. In the United States, their design efforts created their own version of the spacesuit, with two main suits being the most widely used in the field. These suits were the Sokol and Orlan series suits. The Sokol was introduced in 1973 to be worn during launch and landing and is still used today on all flights of the Soyuz spacecraft. The Orlan was introduced in 1977 for use during spacewalks from the Salyut space stations, was then used on the Mir space station, and is now used on the ISS along with the US suit. The Chinese have produced their own suits that are derivatives of the Sokol and Orlan spacesuits for launch, entry, and spacewalk use. India is also developing its own spacesuits for its space program and exploration efforts. And of course, the powerhouse that is SpaceX is developing their spacesuits under the guidance of Elon Musk and their talented engineers and designers. As spacesuits continue to be edited and modernized, they take on new designs and changes. Scientists are planning to be available in a wider range of sizes, will be more mobile, and will be made of modern materials. Some are even planning to have skin-tight designs in their future spacesuits. Other suits are taking on a more pod-like, almost egg-like shape. The future of spacesuits is prioritizing the same values and goals that scientists of the past have worked on. like safety, comfort, and innovative qualities that further the ability of space travel. However, they are planning to heighten these qualities and make them stronger than ever before. Musk is planning on making his suits fire-resistant and, overall, safer than any of the spacesuits before. A spacesuit is a quintessential part of space exploration, and their conception was a huge advancement for astronomers. Modern spacesuits add a set of technology and environmental systems to the basic pressure garment to keep the user comfortable and reduce the effort needed to bend the limbs while combating the natural inclination of a soft pressure garment to stiffen against the vacuum. There are multiple kinds of spacesuits, which include the VA, intravehicular activity, EVA, extravehicular activity, and IEVA, intra-extravehicular activity, which is a term to describe work performed outside of the spaceship. There are various models of spacesuits that come in different formats to provide certain needs. However, Elon Musk's spacesuit changes things up a lot. When designing his version of the spacesuit, he collaborated with Jose Fernandez, a Hollywood costume designer known for his work on superhero and science fiction films. In February 2015, they began designing an innovative and out-of-the-box spacesuit, and the photos of the initial design were released in 2017. During Falcon Heavy's first flight, one could see a mannequin cleverly named Starman wearing the spacesuit. The suit was displayed at an expo where it was not pressurized, had no sensors, a single tether at the thigh that fed air and electronic connections, and was vacuum compatible to protect against cabin depressurization. Microphones and speakers were included in the 3D printed helmets. The suits also guarantee that astronauts have enough oxygen and maintain a comfortable temperature. The design was quite ingenious and managed to surprise those at NASA. However, more work was done to make the suits even better. Touchscreen-sensitive gloves were included in the outfit, allowing astronauts to use tablets in space. The soft, hood-like helmet that has a broad polycarbonate visor to improve peripheral vision for passengers on their journey to and from space. There are zips in the torso area to help astronauts change from sitting to standing. The suits are also lighter than NASA suits, allowing for an ease of movement. What makes SpaceX suits so remarkable in comparison to the traditional units we've seen from NASA in the past is that they aren't afraid to jump outside of what has always been done and try out new techniques and styles. Many critique NASA spacesuits because they are seemingly stuck in a Cold War era of spacesuit design and don't attempt new ideas. SpaceX and Elon Musk go for ideas that are new, innovative, and have an almost sci-fi element to them while still being practical and downright efficient. It is these qualities that make the SpaceX suit so impressive. Between innovative technology and a modern design, SpaceX has been able to revive another aspect of space exploration and bring the fun of space and spacesuits into the 21st century. As the new age space race continues and we get to see more technology unfold from SpaceX, it will be exciting to not only watch the advancements of space exploration and travel, but the details in design and engineering along the way. Thank you so much for watching this video. What do you think of SpaceX and their spacesuits? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, show us some love and hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on the next time we post a new video. As always, we will see you in the next video. Bye bye!